Well, my name is Alec Mustafayev, and I helped put this book together. It's called The Dictionary of Thumoslang, and it's very nice to see it actually in print, considering that I've been working with Thumoslang for over 2 years now. This is the first time that the public is really getting a proper, actual Thumoslang product. And one of the main reasons for that is that it's been very difficult to market what exactly Thumoslang is for, because it's for a lot of things, and who it's for is really everybody, but not for the same reason. It's like a hammer or a screwdriver. It's a tool you can apply to different situations, and just about everybody can apply it to at least one situation at some point in their life. So narrowing it down to a specific idea of here's what it's for that we can put forth to people, at a fast speed has been one of probably the biggest hurdle in getting this material highly publicized. So it's not any question whether or not the material is good or effective. We, at least in our small scale operations, we're basically certain that it is in fact very useful. And really, personally, I would just like to see it tested at a higher scale to ensure that it is effective and to improve it where it needs to be improved. But to do that, it needs to be publicized initially. So, the main reason we've had a problem with that is because we haven't had an actual, we've been inside the box thinking for a long time, basically. So, like I said, over 2 years now. So we are used to thinking about the subject in a certain context and using it in a specified way. So that's why what really ended up being a breakthrough for us, and Nick especially, he's sitting over there, jumped on it initially. I wasn't even ready for it. What ended up being a breakthrough for us was when we incorporated another member, not exactly a member, another person we work with who had not been with us all this time, who we only started working with in regards to Thumoslang maybe 2 months ago, who is an econ major going to university in Ohio. So what he found that Thumoslang was useful for him was the thumbnail definition naming system, which isn't too original to Thumoslang if you read philosophy, but I don't know of any other system that specifically decided to use defining concepts this way, which I'm going to get into where you can learn what that means, a thumbnail definition. So there's never really been a big system to name, a bunch of concepts using this same way. So what Lionel found was that using this style of definitions with Thumoslang in mind, he was able to study faster. Lionel is the name of the student, by the way. He was able to study faster and memorize things faster using this simplified version of defining things. Because the way you define it isn't by explaining an entire concept with every single detail, but only explaining in maybe 5 words or less, usually, when that concept is at play, which means basically what aspect of that idea distinguishes it from everything else. What is unique? What is the one unique thing or a few unique things about that? So that same day, Nick came to me and he said, we're going to RWU to talk to some students, which we've done this before, but I was still a little surprised. I was like, right now? I was probably in the middle of something, and he was like, yeah, but it wasn't a big deal, so we biked over there together, we got some camera equipment and stuff, and we talked to 3 students. We should have gone earlier in the day, because after the third one left, we started hearing crickets outside, literally. So that's when we packed up and headed home. But through the conversations with these 3 students, you know, the hook that we gave them initially when we talked to them was perfect. It drew every single one of them in, which was expected since they're students. And the hook was, how would you like to cut your studying time in half? Which any student would love that. So, once they sat down, started talking to us, the first thing I did, of course, was explain what a thumbnail definition is. I basically said the same thing I just said here a few minutes ago. And with the dictionary on hand and showing the inside of it, that's 100 pages of thumbnail definitions, they were able to get the concept pretty quickly, and from there, able to easily understand how it could speed up their studying. And once we got through that, really, we could, like I said, Thumoslang can help. It's a tool that can be applied in a very large number of situations. So once they were drawn in, we were able to talk in more detail, at least with the people who had time to sit down with us, about specific applications that they might want to use. Like one of them said she wants to actually contact us again, and the reason is that she thinks that Thumoslang could help her in her abilities with public speaking, which I mentioned Lionel earlier. He also said that Thumoslang helped make him more confident, but that was by actually using it for an extended period of time. He observed